Hi, Cameron.
Hey, how are y'all?
Well, we're better now that we connected.
Yes.
You're in an industry where technology is a frenemy for
Yeah, that's
sure.
true.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, you have been at this a very long time. You started with your mom. Was it something that she pushed you to do, or was it just like a natural thing that you just felt like this is right where I'm supposed to be?
It was natural. From the time I was an infant, music was evident in me, and it was just literally my calling. And I was on tour with my mom one time, and I would not shut up on the side of the stage. And so my mom just kind of was like, "Come here. You want to sing? Come here." And I jumped out there without any fear, and I took the mic from her and I started singing.
She put you to work. Now, is she still your favorite duet partner?
Yes, my mom is my absolute favorite duet partner because first of all, she's my mom, but also there's a bond there that it just cannot be duplicated. Sometimes we'll be singing together and we'll do a harmony and then we'll jump off and do something that we think is going to be spontaneous and it's the same thing and we just crack up.
Now, if you make it all the way to the finals and you got to choose somebody to sing with, would you choose another contestant, a coach, or would you bring your mom up on stage to sing with you?
I would absolutely bring my mom.
Yeah.
She's the greatest singer I know.
Now, being on The Voice, you're in the, I guess, later ages of some of the contestants. You've got a wide variety of people you're in contact with, from the teenagers to the professionals, the seasoned singers, and all that. It's got to be this huge melting pot of performers, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I've actually just got off the phone yesterday with a peer, and I was just crying. It just feels so good to feel supported. It feels great to have people express their love as a fan, but to have your peers support you, that's on another level.
Now, you have a very unique style too. You're very much your own person, which is so fantastic to see. What have you been able to do or not been able to do yet on stage that you want people to see and know about you, not only as a performer, but as a person?
Well, I think that that's the wonderful part about my experience. I've been able to authentically express a lot of my personhood. As far as artistry, you've heard me sing Barbara and Mariah Carey and, these wonderful songs. But there's also a very rock and roll part of me that people don't know. I know they keep labeling me this particular style, but I was influenced by Journey in
Hmm.
Chicago and Freddie Mercury. And a lot of my original music also has a lot of those undertones. Also, my grandmother was a jazz singer. So I love that I'm flattered that they trust me with my Barbara Streisand because it speaks to the training that my mom gave me in the gospel. But there's so many parts of me.
Now, I know on Instagram, part of your handle is La Diva, and you have handled some of the divas, but I would like to rebrand you the Kaleidoscope because I feel like there's so many colors and textures and styles, not only that you sing, but that you bring out there. Is there something that you would like? Would you do like a country album with like a rock spin? Is there anything you've already been thinking about for after The Voice that's totally different than what we've seen and you've done so far?
Yes, 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 and yes. I won't share all the details. I want people to
You're
be
such a
surprised.
tease.
But when I tell you there is no genre of music that not that I only won't sing, but that I have not sung. Doing shows and creating different experiences for people as an artist, I have done everything because I love music that much.
Now, is it difficult to go into the battle rounds and all that when you're singing with somebody else who you kind of know but don't know all that well? And is it, and then you're trying to do your best to move on. Is it difficult to do that sort of a thing?
To be honest with you, for me, it wasn't difficult. It didn't really get difficult until other things were happening. Um, And I recently had an interview and I said the battle round was actually the only round that I I really didn't like because I had a lot of anxiety, which was so annoying because I'm not an anxious person. Even though this is a show, I was super excited. I knew that either way, whatever happened, that one of us would get stolen because we were just both very talented.
Mhm.
And then I allowed all this other stuff to happen to kind of knock me off of my block. But yeah, I guess if you allow the show business side to continue, it will. But that did not happen again. I went into my knockout being me and not into drowning out the noise.
So now what would you say to other people that are going to try out and compete for future seasons to not do that will help them get through the process? Because it is definitely a process.
Focus on what you came there to do. You came there to sing, and that's the only thing that matters.
Very serious question. What does Michael Bublé smell like?
Oh,
I gotta know because I know you've hugged and I know you know.
okay. I don't know what cologne he wears, but he smells like a wonderful cologne. He always smells so good. And I have a funny little thing. This is so embarrassing to say. I hate, I'm so scared to smell bad breath. And he talks very close to your face. So the first time he talked, I was screaming on the inside, and then I was like, "Oh God, his breath smells so good."
I like it more and more every second. Yes. You know, as people who work in radio, sharing a microphone with people with bad breath too, I am phobic of that. So I completely understand
Oh,
close talkers and a microphone that's been shared. Oh,
oh my God,
right there
hey.
with you. Oh my, yes.
Was Michael Bublé going to be your choice as a coach moving into the show?
Absolutely. I knew before I even walked out, before anything, I knew it.
Okay, who's your backup if things with Michael didn't work out? Who be your
Who would be
number
number two?
Well, the person that I was considering when I said, "Okay, be open," it was honestly Snoop.
Mm-hmm.
Snoop. Snoop is such a great entrepreneur. He's also hilarious and down to earth. And I thought that we had a lot in common with, growing up in church.
What do Snoop and Michael bring to the show as coaches that we haven't had before?
I think that first of all, Michael brings a whole new audience. His fans are, I think, a total demographic that the show has ever had. Snoop is like probably the most famous person on the planet right now.
Yes.
So Snoop is bringing all his Snoopisms. He's also bringing an element of, I would say, comedy and like lightheartedness that sometimes these competitions can be a little serious. And I'm just grateful for Snoop. Honestly, and Michael, they are both so silly. It is ridiculous.
I was gonna say they seem to really lighten the mood because they joke back and forth, but it's in such a positive way. It's such a cool dynamic as a viewer to see because you can see all you contestants' shoulders kind of go down and breathe. Like this is still fun. I want to win. I want to do well, but I'm really enjoying this. Am I misreading that, or is that really the feeling?
That is really the feeling.
Yeah. See, I'm a viewer, so I'm a watcher. I get it. Trust me. Yeah, but I got to tell you something. I am so proud of your journey and who you are and hearing more about you today because you only get the cutaways and the snippets. So just so cool to connect with you and just hear even more about who you are and what's coming next. And I know you teased us, so I'm looking forward to the payoff.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Cameron.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye now. Sorry, I saw the clock, so I figured I'd throw the wrap up for you.